you. Can you all hear me? Good afternoon. Now, we are actually living in a very, very exciting time. I hope you guys feel it. You know, every day when you look at the news, the headlines, you'll be surprised that at least 2 or 3 of the headlines is about technology. I've been in the industry for about 30 years. I've not been through a period where there's so much about technology affecting the government, the economy. So this is a very, very exciting time for us. So what is the future of technology? You hear a lot about this actually in the last couple of months or quarters. The future of technology, I would argue, is artificial intelligence, machine learning. Now, many of you would have known that AI has been around for more than 50 years. But for the first 50 years, you can consider that as the AI winter. But why has it become so big and so newsworthy this last couple of years? And the reason is data. The lifeblood of artificial intelligence is data. And the explosion of data in the last couple of years have made AI a lot more promising, a lot more applicable than many years before. And why has data become so abundant now? It's all about digitalization and digital transformation. Digital is about data, it is underpinned by data. Now, why the last 2 years? Do you know how much data is generated on a daily basis? If you check the internet or Wikipedia, 2.5 quintillion bytes of data is generated every day. Now, if you think about 2.5 quintillion terabyte, what does it mean? If you take a Blu-ray disc, each Blu-ray disc is about 25 gigabyte. You pile it up, you will reach the height of not 1, but 4 Eiffel Towers stacked together. That is how much data is created every single day. And why is that so? IoT. There are about 27 billion active IoT devices today out there in the world. And every day, they're generating a lot of data. So far, the IoT devices generated about 500 zettabyte of data, and it's growing. Every 2 minutes, 1 IoT device is added to the system. So a lot of data. So when you talk about future technology, it's all about how you can actually use the data and monetize the data, right? To make data your new natural resource, right? So as I said, a lot of data is generated. Why the last 2 years? The world's data, all the world's data is generated just in the last 2 years, 90% of those. Right, so to be successful, you must treat data as a capital. Everybody talk about data monetization. We are, in fact, in the digital economy now. And that's why if you look at recently, when G20 had a discussion just last week, they talk about how they want to increase the tax for the big tech company, the Facebook and Google of the world, because the way the economy is changed, they have to find a way to tax these big tech players, right, that don't have traditional business in traditional country-level boundaries. They all change. So digital transformation and digital economy is actually going to change the way the economy is going to be. And if you think about the headlines, and I'll just address the elephant in the room, it's a Sino-American trade war. Right? You think this is perhaps economic or geopolitical? The need to be the most powerful nation in the world. But I would suggest to you that it is all about technology. It is all about technology driving the future of the economy. And that's why if you look at the threat they're seeing from companies like Huawei, right? Looking at 5G and AI. And this is, in fact, technology changing the world and the future. So with all the data that's coming, what do we do? What do our partner, where are the partner opportunities? So let me show you this. You know, we said there are a lot of data coming through the pipe. We see data lake, data reservoir, data ocean, and now data stream coming from IoT. But a lot of data today are unstructured data, big data. Previously, there's all the relational database created more structured data, but how to fuse them together is key. And we have to know that because this represents another huge opportunity for us. Let me share with you this picture. You have not seen this. If you've not seen it before, this is actually the data fusion platform that Oracle offers today. And our partners are, in fact, doing a lot of our business here. So data is coming through from IoT, a lot of sources, and we have the traditional data coming from enterprise, the relational database. In between, we need to fuse them together. And obviously, with our Exadata, you heard so much about it. It is the best platform for Oracle database. I tell our customers if they are running Oracle database on anything else except Exadata, they should change it. They should move all the workload to Oracle Exadata, because it gives you a lot of speed. And obviously, with the last few years of development in AI and machine learning, it is part of the design of Exadata with auto-indexing, right, and with machine learning that make the speed of us driving database performance much, much better than our competitor. And then with big data, as we evolves over the last 30 years, how database has moved from the traditional RDB to SQL, NoSQL, to big data. We also have spatial database now incorporated all in one. So the point is, if you look at big data, we have a big data appliance that actually can process all the big data fast, and combining with Exadata, we create a kind of platform that allow our customers to have very, very fast analytics. One of Oracle's strategy for AI is to bring the algorithm to the database and not bring the databases to the algorithms out there. And this is where we get the speed by having a fusion data platform. This is something that is happening now, it's available now, and we should articulate this to our sellers. And we talk about digital transformation, we have to have a digital platform blueprint to share with our team. And this, in fact, is our Oracle integrated digital platform that you can use. Previously, in the old days, as we look at systems, we look at enterprise architecture. But today, we've got to look at this whole notion of a digital platform because everybody is talking about digital transformation. Now, digital transformation, to a large part, it's all about creating a great customer experience, more than just technology. And so, in this digital platform, we start with an end in mind. And the end in mind is customer, employee, and partner. And through our omni-channel management framework, we help us to provide better support to achieve this. And obviously, we have a lot of platform to drive data collection, right, through the Internet of Things and mobile devices. But if you look at the fundamental offerings that we have, zooming on database. If data is the lifeblood of AI, we should leverage this data point to drive a lot of our business growth. So on database, data is the core. Obviously, most of our clients out there spend a lot of money, disproportionately highest amount of money, on infrastructure security, on application firewall. Today, you may want to know that every 39 seconds, there is a cyber attack. Every 39 seconds. There are only two kinds of company out there. Those that acknowledge that they've been attacked. And the other type of company is those that don't know they have been attacked. In Singapore, SingHealth, government sector, when they realize they've been attacked, it is already 9 months into the data breach period. Most people do not know that they're being attacked. As the attacker hovers around within your firewall. Right? A lot of this attacks come from internal rather than external. So having just infrastructure security and application firewall doesn't solve the problem. And why I'm talking about this here? Because if data is the core, you've got to protect your data. And in fact, data security and encryption is the most important thing that our database does. Our database and our database option, going back to the fundamental, is how we can sell the security. One of the number one concern that when I talk to about 100 CEOs in the last 6 months, is about data breach, data privacy. All right. It is important that we hone in on this opportunity and start to sell them something that we already have. So data is the core. All right? Protecting data and encrypting data is the most important thing. If the data has been encrypted today, anybody who go into the firewall and try to do a security breach will not get the actual data that was stolen. Right? In the case we've seen so far, because they did not protect the data, right? When the hackers got into your systems, they stole your information. Right? So information, data is the most important thing. So surrounding this, we have encryption, authentication, authorization, auditing, monitoring, secure configuration. Now, all this, we don't talk enough about that. Quite frankly, we spend a lot of time talking about our strategy to go to the cloud. Well, it's true, right? Everybody wants to be the top tech company. And for you to be a top tech company, you have to talk about cloud. But in reality, this is a very important thing that's required to do. Now, you ask, what is this 7 articles here? These are the 7 articles that is required by GDPR for GDPR compliance. And Oracle database has all that. I was in a government event in one of the Asian country, and I see one government official taking picture from IT. I asked them, why do you take picture of that? He said, because I didn't know that Oracle have all these features. And it's GDPR compliant. Right? So again, whatever we're doing, whether you're doing cloud or on-prem, ultimately, the fundamental of our database security, it's actually how we can protect our database through a heightened level of security. So we are in an exciting time, and it's exciting because this is the 4th industrial revolution, the age of disruption and globalization. And true enough, I find it very exciting to look at the papers these days, and everything they talk about, it's about technology. Take a look at this. China announces goal of leadership in artificial AI by 2030, in 10 years' time. China sees AI as the key to making China an economic power. Probably Donald have seen this somewhere, because it's in the news. They become very, very concerned about how China wants to be a world leader. Or I guess that's why I think this is the reason for some of the trade dispute and trying to make Huawei part of the bargaining chip. I'm not going to go through that, but this is what we hear when we read the paper. But not just China. Want to be dominant in the AI and technology. This is from Moscow. They have a 2030 digital strategy that is homing in on artificial intelligence in Central Eastern Europe. And UAE, in Dubai, the Prime Minister also talked about using AI to become one of the best government service body in the world. So what is the future of technology? It's AI. And you may want to ask me, so what is AI got to do with us, with the hardware business? It's because, quite simply, AI is making hardware important again. Right? So you see a lot of growth that's happening is driven by data and driven by AI. Facebook, this is recent news, but not that recent. They're trying to make a chip, right, so that they can take advantage of AI. And we've been doing that for 3 decades. And we have ready technology to take advantage of AI. And they talk about exadata with machine learning and AI built in. Next is the race to 5G. This is huge. Obviously, this has been in the headlines for the last few months as involved Huawei. Right? 5G is I would say, the next generation mobile network that will propel the growth of a country's economy. And why is that so? If you look at 5G, you heard about 5G speed and all that. But if you think about all the devices I talk about, 27 billion devices, and every 2 minutes a new device is added in. Today's 4G network can only accommodate about 10,000 devices within a square kilometer. With 5G, you can have 1 million devices. So that's why the whole notion of IoT and 5G, they're all interconnected and interrelated. So 5G is going to drive a lot of infrastructure, not just the infrastructure built up to be capable for 5G, but also for customers who are connecting the systems to 5G. This is a report that we saw on the paper, 5G to boost IT infrastructure spending of 326 billion in the next 5 years. Huge, global, obviously. All right? And we look at 5G data center, how our customers' data center must be ready to take advantage of 5G when it happens. This is going to make a difference between a customer serving their customer well or not. And this also will enable what we see as a trend. You know, we see B2B, and then we see B2C, and in the future you'll hear more about B2B2C, and how our enterprise customers want to get closer to their customers instead of doing through intermediaries. And with 5G, this will enable them to do that. And if the customers do not have a robust and modern infrastructure, they will not be able to achieve that. So huge, huge opportunity for us in the on-prem hardware business. Okay, so I say a lot of things about the new technology. But what about cloud? You hear almost an hour of cloud discussion, right? Yes. Cloud is very much here to stay. It is a delivery model for the new technology platform, and workload. But the latest Forrester survey that did just 6 months ago came out with this. SaaS will continue to be the prime growth for cloud, software as a service. All the application providers are going to move to cloud. This is a given. But even for IaaS and PaaS, you will see growth, but the growth will start to slow down. Most of the spend is going to be generated by on-prem license and hardware. 93% of all the IT expenditure in Asia Pacific, I look at Asia Pacific first, will be generated by the traditional on-prem license and hardware. Obviously, when you say on-prem, you have to be modern on-prem. Okay? Now, we have not done a research paper like this for Japan and EMEA. We can do that. But I guess it's going to be around the same when I talk to the Forrester analysts. So you will start to see most vendors going to on-prem, or I would say multi-cloud, or private cloud, or hybrid cloud, as the way to drive the next wave of growth. In fact, we are seeing that already. Look at this. Shifting to hybrid multi-cloud. AWS is doing that. Microsoft is doing that. IBM is doing that. Obviously, Google, Kubernetes, Huawei Fusion Cloud, Baidu ABC Stack, Ali Cloud, Tencent T Stack. All these traditional cloud companies are looking to make hardware their new growth engine so they can take advantage of the growth they're seeing in the market. So hybrid cloud is driving cloud growth. So this is an important point for our partners, for our distributor. Because if you have been hearing public cloud only as part of the narrative on cloud, it is very narrow to the 7% of opportunity that's growing very fast. But let's not forget about the 93%. So the multi-cloud reality, we talk about cloud for the last 4 to 5 years. But just 6 to 9 months ago, when I go to big cities, I see multi-cloud. In the trade shows that I go to, they talk about multi-cloud. Every cloud vendor talk about multi-cloud support and multi-cloud services. So this is the new reality because there is not going to be one major cloud provider to win the game. We thought there would be one big player, but no. Because every cloud has their own advantage, have their own best-of-breed capabilities. There will be multi-cloud environment. Cost reason, availability, workload, and geographic reason. So, we talk about our availability of DaaS, SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS, but many of our customers today uses the third-party or competitive cloud service. So what's our partner's role in this whole multi-cloud deployment? Very simply, we hear about Oracle Integration Cloud. We look at onboarding of cloud, All right, we look at CASB. All these cloud services can help you do that management of all the cloud together in conjunction with the other public cloud vendor. All right, but you can do that with our systems. Let me show this next example. Where do you think the critical databases runs on? By the way, I have to sell this. Oracle database is still the #1 database in the world, enterprise database in the world, followed by Microsoft. Obviously, Microsoft is a lot more in a commercial space, but you look at enterprise database, we're #1. All right, so where do critical database runs on? When I say critical database, it means Oracle database. All right? They'll run on AWS, Google Suite, or Azure, the application, right? Not the application. And they will put Oracle databases as well. As you heard Brian talk about it, these databases that they have, it's not the full suite database that we do. Obviously, the performance is not going to be as good, right? Poor performance, limited availability, more complexity, and more cost to them, obviously. So if they are running Oracle database on any of these public cloud platforms, this is the kind of disadvantage they have to face. So this is one way. The other way of running a critical database is at the customer data center or Oracle Cloud. But we always face one critical issue. You got to watch this because there is opportunity for you. Long distance network connects, high latency. For public cloud provider, the biggest challenge they face, or to have answer to the question is, when they're running the application on the public cloud from AWS, Google, or Microsoft, and running a database on Oracle, at a data center or on Oracle Cloud, there's still a lot of latency issue, all right, the SQL timeout. So what do? We have a new option. And this opportunity that we learned from North America has driven about 30% growth in the business for engineered systems. What we do is we look at what we call a data center co-location. Find out where this Google, AWS, and Microsoft data center are, and there are a lot in the region, and partner with them to provide a co-location service, putting Exadata in there, all right? Because Exadata runs the best database, and then we can bring a lot more proximity and adjacency to the application. You will create much, much better latency. And customers like it because they still have control over their systems, right? And they can still call it the cloud, right? And they can still do database as a service. And even have flexible consumption. This is a very good model that we will drive a lot more this year. Right? This is really the kind of hybrid cloud, multi-cloud environment that our customers are looking at. Most of them I talk to, very interested in, and we have to find more and more of these customers to do this. I talk about multi-cloud optimization, right? Streamline onboarding of clouds because our SI that buys from you, they need support from you to drive and integrate all this cloud together. So we have this offering as a cloud offering to help our customers streamline all the cloud together. Security and management, CASB, simplify choreography through Oracle Integration Cloud, and also enable any data, any source analytics. Right? All these cloud offerings from Oracle are small entry point for you to take everything together. Right? And you can provide the full journey to cloud separately and after that. So what is the next big thing then? You hear a lot when you come to Oracle event. It's autonomous database. Yeah, we're just starting to look at this, but that is the future of database. And if you think about people who use Oracle database today, where do they run on? I will tell you this, less than 10% of the Oracle database run on Oracle systems. It's true. It may be even lesser than that. Right? They run on HP, Dell, IBM. Think about this. If the future of database, autonomous database, is going to be what the customers will ultimately move to, the first thing they need to do is to move to Exadata. Because if they move to Exadata, they would have experienced the performance and speed and all the advantages of database consolidation, and so on and so forth, and speed with machine learning, AI, so on and so forth. And today, and you should know this, autonomous only runs on Oracle infrastructure. So unless we move them to Exadata, it is unlikely that those customers who run Oracle database on HP, Dell, and IBM will like to go to autonomous. All right. Perhaps, maybe the smaller startups. But if you want the enterprise to move, the first step for them to do is to shift. And that is a 90% opportunity for us. Huge opportunity. All right. So powered only by Oracle infrastructure for autonomous. So we talk about a lot about tech trends so far, but I just want to summarize some of these important tech trends. AI, the use case is growing. We see a lot more customers building AI use cases on hardware, and that's why I think AI is making hardware much more important today. Edge computing. I talk about IoT. A lot of IoT devices are out there today. 27 billion and 2 minutes per device. But out of these 27 billion IoT devices, 6 billion of those are processing the data that was generated from this IoT. 6 billion. Edge computing is going to be the next wave of what you see as a growth for, just now when Brian showed the x86. Think about ODA. ODA can be your edge computing, right? It is the high-end device that can help you consolidate all the data that's generated, right? And don't look at just the price, but look at the workload. And if the number of, or if the amount of data is coming so fast and furious, ODA will be the next generation workload for us to drive through the edge. Electric vehicles. To this date, there are about 6 million autonomous vehicles sold. And the number will go higher and higher. And all these platforms in the car, the smart vehicles, they use some kind of API and use some kind of software. All right, so we've got to be able to participate with them as well. We're still looking in this area, but this is one of the key trends. Renewable energy. As I said, in the last 6 months, I spoke to about 100 CEOs. And one of the key concerns they have is to build a sustainable company. And this renewable energy, solar panel becomes cheaper and cheaper, wind turbines available to drive new energy. These companies could be the next partner of yours. All right, they are calling themselves a technology company, even though they sell wind turbine or solar panel. Because with IoT, a lot of intelligence can be built in there, and data will be collected. And with data, Oracle has a key play in there. Internet of Things, and the future will be Internet of Everything. Anything that you can touch and see could be a smart device. And 5G. Multi-cloud, and not forgetting data security and cybersecurity. Right, there's all these are all key elements of another thing that's happening today. This is the key elements for smart city. Right. In the world, if you look at the latest report, in the world, the top 10 smart cities, where are they coming from? 2 from North America, 4 from Europe, 4 from Asia. And the 4 from Asia are Hong Kong, Singapore, and a couple of those I don't quite remember. But the point is, most of the nations are building themselves to be a smart nation. This will be another huge opportunity. I had an opportunity I chanced upon an opportunity where someone called me out of the blue and said, "Oh, work with me." And they said they are working on a project in Thailand to build 30 smart cities. I said, "Why me? Why talk to me? I thought I'm not in the smart city, right?" But they say, the foundation of smart city is data. And you guys are a database company. And you have all the databases, whether it's SQL, NoSQL, Hadoop, and spatial database, all integrated into one. I want to work with you to set the blueprint for the next smart city development. And in fact, we have done that in Singapore and given us and our partner millions of business in that area. So smart city, smart nation is also something that, with all the key elements here that we can work on, the foundation is data. So just one last shot. Our systems priority. Future technology will be the new narrative for our sellers. We want them to be able to elevate the conversation to the C-level. And the reason why I have the opportunity to speak to 100 CEOs in the last 6 weeks, six months, is because my conversation is not about product. It's about data, it's about the new technology. Right, so we talk about Edge, 5G, as well as the future of work. You watch this space. Future of industries, to lay the foundation for large and mega projects. Today, technology has blurred the line of industry. You can be in a bank, but you also can be in healthcare. The top 10 global banks in the world, one of them is a digital bank. The top retailers of the world, one of them, it's an e-business company. And you talk about all the hotel chains, and one of them also was an e-business company, or is an e-business company. And these three, first is Ant Financial, Alibaba, top 10 global bank by market cap. All right? And retail, obviously Alibaba, the Taobao. And the third one, Alibaba just announced that they will have a Fly Zoo hotel that is totally robotic managed, intelligent hotel. So you can see a company that 20 years ago, with Jack Ma, who was a teacher, we wouldn't have realized that in 20 years' time, he could do all this in different industries. So, the industry lines are blurring, and we have to start to engage with our teams, and also with our GBU teams who have all the technology, to help us get in and start our discussion with some of these mega projects. And obviously, expanding our partner ecosystem. This is a big play for us. We want to be everywhere. We want to increase our market power. We want to be able to show that with partnership, we can be everywhere in the ecosystem of the new technology. And finally, volume at scale. We have ignited our ODA business. We need to accelerate that growth. In many parts of markets, we're doing very well. Today, in Japan, in Asia Pacific, for Japan, is the largest ODA business that we have, and we've driven significant growth. ODA is a product because it's price band, the price point, all right, and the go-to-market model. It is, in fact, the best edge computing platform that we can use. And if we look at driving ODA growth as a key part of our business model, your overall business will grow tremendously, and your margin structure will grow from there. So that's it. With that, I wish you all a great FY20. Come to talk to me if you need to know more about the initiative. I'm here the next 2 days, and I thank you for your business and support for the last 1 year. Because it's quiet period, even though I'm compelled to share with you our performance, I can't. But if you look at, if this evening you have a drink with me, you'll be able to tell, based on my facial expression, whether we did well or not. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Han.